Today I wanted to show you guys something. This is my copy of the 1985 VHS release of Gone with the Wind, the original video release from 1985. Here's the story. Sorry. Gone with the Wind was released on a 2-cassette deluxe edition VHS box set by MGM Home Video in 1985. Around the, I'm not sure which date they released it, but I know this is the first time they released it on video cassette. I'll slide this out. I know this oops. When this box set was released, it retailed at almost $90 when it was first released back in 1985. And that's back when VHS cassettes were retailed for that much. I got this back at a thrift store. I got this at a thrift store a few years back, and I only paid $4 for it. I know they've got some for sale on Amazon and eBay. This was like I said, when they first released it on home video in 1985, and it still come with some stuff like this little booklet that it came with. It talks about a little brief history about the making of the movie. And it's got a little promotion for the MGM Home Video Crowning Glory, the Diamond Jubilee Collection. That's when MGM was celebrating its 60th anniversary. Yep, and that's when they had they were offering a lot of their titles repackaged for a special Diamond Jubilee celebration. Yeah, look right there. $39.95 for a video cassette. Of course, I know they sell movies on Blu-ray for that much. Or at least I think they do. And here's where you could send off for some titles on VHS. Now here's the interesting thing about this version of Gone with the Wind. When it was first released, they used a supposedly never used negative that was in almost pristine condition. But when the tapes were first duplicated and they were being or almost sent out, somebody noticed there was an error on the tape. If you've seen this movie and you remember the opening, the little prologue that talks about cavaliers and cotton fields and knights and their ladies' fairs, composer Max Steiner had a dreamy, nostalgic rendition of Dixie that was being sung by a chorus. But when this print of the film was first mastered on tape, there was a labeling error on the soundtrack, and there was and what happened was there was a fanfare that was placed on the prologue that didn't belong there. It was a fanfare that was part of the international version of the film, which used a different prologue that explained the Civil War to foreign audiences. It was for a different version of the film that was used for international release. And about 29 cassettes had to be destroyed and replaced with the correct track. And it cost about $75,000. And there's an NBC report on that that's here on YouTube, and I can share the link to it in the description. But this is just something I wanted to show to you. This is the original video release of Gone with the Wind. If you've not seen Gone with the Wind, I highly recommend it. It's a pretty good movie, and I highly recommend finding a copy of this cassette right here. And this copy that I got, the tape is in really good condition. I've played this tape a couple times, and it's almost as if it was hardly ever played. And you can see the stickers, and the label is in gold. Let me see if I can get one of them out of here. And they've got this one right here. This was back when Gone with the Wind was released on home video through MGM UA Home Video. Of course, now the film is owned by Turner Entertainment and is distributed on home video through Warner Brothers. But this is something pretty cool to have. It's printed on Scotch T120 video cassette. I like to figure out how much this cassette's worth. I bet it's probably worth some pretty good money. And it mentions that the tape is in videophonic sound. I don't know what all that's about. Digitally enhanced for stereo. It's a Dolby system. And it's got the little copyright notice here. Copyright 1939, Selznick International. The copyright was renewed in 1967. That's when MGM released Gone with the Wind in 70mm widescreen with 6-track stereophonic sound. And you can read more about that on online. This was just something I wanted to show you guys. A little something different, 'cause I've been posting some Disney videos on my channel. But there you go. The original video release of Gone with the Wind.